Hello Aries, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your connection to the person that you are dealing with and needing to learn the most from right now. We're looking at all three sides of the connection. We've got your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it, the concept being that there are three sides to every story. So we're looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level unbiased truth in the middle. This middle section is looking at what is the deeper purpose of the connection and the best way for you to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. As I do in all of my readings, I've pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second. But I still have a different tarot deck I'll be pulling from for each side of this connection, as well as the advice deck. It's out of the frame, but the advice deck that I'll be using to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. On that note, the whole reading can be reversed. If that is the case for you, that's totally fine and totally normal. Again, take what helps, leave what doesn't. All right, Aries, let's jump on in. On your side of this connection, you have we outgrew each other with the Hermit in reverse. I feel like this we outgrew each other card, I feel like it's a little bit more complicated than that. I'm going to start with actually the overall energy, which is past life relationship. It says you have known each other before. So I feel like this, when you met this person, I feel as if it's that energy of, maybe things being very familiar. Felt like you had known them forever. It was easy. Things just kind of flowed. But I feel as time kind of went on, the connection didn't go anywhere. It didn't become what it was that you wanted it to become. And you started feeling very alone. I don't know if it was like kind of you started to grow or you started to heal or you were kind of leveling up, but then this person was kind of just staying where they're at, maybe refusal to change. And that left you, again, feeling very alone, feeling as if maybe you didn't have a partner or you weren't getting what it is that you ultimately deserved out of this. Now, this person has detour with the 9 of Wands, so they're holding themselves back in some way. It feels like, you have this we outgrew each other card. I feel like you're growing, you're evolving, you're moving forward. And this person is just like, it's like they're staying the same in some way. They're staying in place. It's almost like detour to their own growth, which is going to hinder the ability for the connection to reach its full potential, right? The potential of a connection is going to be directly correlated to the potential of the individuals within the connection. So if you have one person who's showing up and trying to, be better and all that, but then you have another person who's not pulling their weight, the potential of the connection is going to be hindered by that. It's like if you think of a connection as a team, right? When you're in any kind of team, like you're only as strong as your weakest link. Like that's kind of what's coming through here. And so it's like you can try and you can communicate and you can be honest and you can be vulnerable and you can be open. But if the other person isn't doing the same or trying to do the same thing, then you're gonna find yourself feeling as if you're not getting anywhere, which I feel is what kind of maybe made you withdraw or kind of give up in general. Now, in between this connection, you trust the universe with the 8 of Wands here. So the universe is saying, trust that the love that you deserve is on its way to you. Like whether it's in the form of this person or not is beside the point. I actually feel like this connection is, and I don't want to say the connection itself is a blockage, but I do definitely feel like this connection represents some sort of cycle for you. And breaking out of that cycle is going to bring you closer to what it is that you truly desire. But let's start here with your side of this connection, clarifying we outgrew each other with the Hermit in reverse. This is Aries' side of this connection. The Devil. Right out of the gate, huh? The Devil with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so what is this Devil talking about? Because I don't know. This is this indication of like, well, hang on. Two of Pentacles and okay. You could be dealing with an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You definitely don't have to be. This Devil indicates that in this connection, there were high highs, or are, if this connection is still together, like high highs. You know, there were, you know, things were good and exciting, but then there were also really low lows. You know, as high as you get, you can only go, you're going to go that low as well, like to the extent. And I feel like, because I don't think this was all bad. You know, I feel like there were times where things were really good and you saw the potential of this person and what this could be. And you were holding on for those moments, especially like if in the beginning there were more of those, but then it kind of became less and less as you moved through the connection. I feel like you were holding on to those highs, but wading through a lot of the lows. Like the not so good stuff of the connection. And it's like you were prioritizing those good moments, which, I mean, every relationship is going to have its own balance of good and bad, okay? No relationship is perfect. But if the majority of the time in your connection, things aren't what you want them to be, and you're spending the majority of your time wishing that they were better or wishing they could go back to what they were, they could be as good as they are sometimes, like you are, there's something going on. There's a cycle, there's something that is keeping you stuck in waiting for things to get better. And I feel like that's kind of what happened here. Because again, I don't feel like this was all bad. I feel like, I feel like the good times were good, but then it kind of feels like as time moved on, there started to be more bad times than good. Or more bad than good. Or more bad feelings than good. Aries side of this connection. Okay, so it wants me to look at this Knight of Pentacles in reverse because it came out again. Let me clarify the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Because this is, I mean, it's an energy of stagnancy, not getting anywhere. It feels like the connection never evolved. It never evolved. Okay, hang on. Clarifying this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It's like it hit a point of stagnancy. Whereas like you couldn't. Okay, hang on. Clarifying the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Ten of Wands. It started to become more of a burden than it was something good, something positive. Because, yeah, it's like there's this, you saw this potential of what this could be. And maybe in the beginning, like, things were getting close to that. Maybe even sometimes, like, it gets really close. Like, things are really good. But it feels like there's, like, this cap. It's like you can't break through to reach this potential. And so then, it started to become more burdensome. It started to really weigh on you. It almost is like went from being something that was really good and positive in your life to like the opposite. Now, again, I'm not saying things are all bad. This is Aries side of this connection. Aries side of the connection. The Six of Pentacles. The Empress. The Fool. And there you are as the Queen of Wands. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Showing up as the Empress here. I want to clarify the Six of Pentacles because it feels like there was a lot of it's like there's a lot of give and take in the beginning. Like, it was good. Like, at one point, like with the Fool here, like, it was good at one point, but then that changed. That something changed. Clarifying the Six of Pentacles. What the heck? The Ten, yeah. Oh my gosh, things were so good at the beginning of this connection. And I feel like, and I said that when you first met this person, it was easy, it felt good. But then as time went on, it reached this, like, this cap, right, that I was talking about. And it feels like you then spent, or have spent the majority of the connection trying to get back to how things once were. And I think that that's what is very confusing. You know, something that I've learned about relationships is that, you know, in the beginning of every relationship, people are going to come with their best, right? They're going to show up in the best way that they can. But people can only pretend to be somebody that they're not for so long. So after, you know, a few months, or depending on the dynamic in the relationship, maybe even close to 6 months or a year, you know, you're experiencing like the best of that person. But then, you know, you start to relax into the relationship, and who you really are starts to come out. And that, I feel like, is typically when people, you know, when the honeymoon phase wears off, right? And you kind of have to, you see the relationship for what it is, and that's typically when couples are like, okay, is this like sustainable for the long run? And I feel like that's, I don't know if it's necessarily, I feel like I'm speaking to two different collectives. I'm speaking to a collective that has gotten to this point. And I also feel like I'm speaking to a collective that has been at this point, where you're like, but things were so good. Things were once so good. It was so exciting. It was so passionate. It was so, you know, whatever. The majority, in the beginning of a relationship, the majority of what we feel are the chemicals. There's the dopamine and the oxytocin and the serotonin. It's all flowing, and it feels good. It feels nice. It's exciting, right? But eventually those chemicals wear off, and you're left with what is. And I feel like as you kind of moved forward, it's like this person didn't come with you. I don't know. I'm confused. At like what exactly, which is why we're going to dive into their energy, because I don't know exactly what happened on their side to make you feel this way. This person's energy toward Aries, detour with the Nine of Wands. They're holding themselves back in some way, though. This person's energy toward Aries, detour with the Nine of Wands. Oh boy. Okay. The World, Eight of Cups in reverse, Seven of Wands, Tower, and then the King of Swords in reverse. So it's air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I think I said a Libra. Okay. So this person is stubborn, stuck in their ways, not wanting to change, not wanting to grow, like wanting to stay the same. You know, life is about growth, right? It is. I mean, the whole reason we're here is to grow, to evolve as individuals, as individual souls, individual spirits, for the greater good of the collective. But sometimes, well, what growth requires is looking within yourself and saying, these are things I need to change. These are things I need to fix. These are ways that I'm not perfect. Not that the goal is perfection, because it's absolutely not, but you know, we have to, in order to grow, it takes first looking at yourself. One of my favorite quotes is, the extent to which a person can grow is directly correlated to the amount of truth they are willing to accept about themselves without running away. We can only grow to the extent that we recognize we need to. And some people don't want to change, don't want to grow, don't even want to face the fact that they need to do so. And I feel like that's what this is it's like this person is stuck in a cycle of some sort within their life. A cycle of not evolving, a cycle of not, moving forward. And they kind of pulled you into that cycle. And I feel like you're wanting more than where this person is at. But this person isn't wanting to do the inner work, the healing, the growth, whatever, in order to provide you with the more that you're looking for. Now, in the beginning of the connection, I feel like they showed up with that more. Again, people show up with their best in the beginning of connections, but then settle into who they are, settle into their actual capacity. And I feel like that's what's been hard for you is you've gotten a glimpse of that potential. You've seen what this could be. It was good. It was fun. It was exciting, right? All those things in the beginning. But then kind of true colors came out. The reality of the situation, who this person really is. And I feel like you now it's like you've been kind of waiting for this person to come back in a way. Waiting for the person you saw in the beginning to come back, but it's almost as if they weren't ever actually that person to begin with. Because the King of Swords in reverse can be a little bit of manipulation. So, kind of showing up as they wanted you to see them, but not as they really were. Interesting. This person's energy toward Aries. Stubborn, though. I feel that, like, it's a stubborn energy. I haven't seen the Death in reverse, but this person's energy toward Aries. Okay, now I see. There's the King of Wands. But this isn't them. This is who they showed up with in the beginning. Now, you could be dealing with fire sign. I'm not saying you're not. But this isn't what this message is saying. This isn't them. There's the Page of Pentacles. They showed you in the beginning who they wanted you to see. Now, that person that they wanted you to see is, I feel like, who they want to be, but yet they don't want to do the growth willing to become that the growth that's necessary to become that person. But yeah, I feel like in the beginning of this, they showed you who they wanted you to see. Someone that, it was like a mirror of you, a reflection of what you wanted, what you were looking for. That's why things were so good in the beginning. They were pretending. Because this isn't them. This is who you saw them as. But they have this Page of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords. It's almost as if, change is hard. And one of the things we try our hardest to do when we're stuck in an energy of control is literally avoid change at all costs, especially when it comes to changing ourselves. It's like this person is trapped in this experience of consistently getting let down in love or consistently getting hurt in love because they're not showing up authentically in their relationships. So, but then they turn around, I feel like they play the victim. So interesting. Because yeah, it's like this cap, this stagnancy. It's like this person is needing to grow, needing to evolve for this connection to reach its potential, and it feels like they're digging their heels in and they're like, no, I refuse to grow, I refuse to change, even though this growth and this change might actually be what's best for them. But we can't change other people, right? Right, this person's energy toward Aries. And you might see who they are anyway. But if that version of themselves, if they don't, if we can see someone's lovable, we can see through their mask and see that they're deserving of love. But if somebody isn't willing to see that for themselves, like if they don't realize that they're lovable themselves, that's going to dictate their actions. And there's nothing we can do to change that. This person's energy. But that's why you have trust in the universe with the Eight of Wands when it comes to receiving the love you deserve. there's the freaking mask. I mean, they've been hurt before. 10 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 7 of Swords. So this is all coming from a place of protecting themselves, like trying, people who show up as someone else, people who don't feel lovable and don't feel deserving of love are going to show up as someone that they think they need to be in order to be loved, right? But then eventually who they really are is going to come out, because that's just kind of the way that it goes. And you're going to be blindsided by that, because you're going to be like, wait, what happened to this person that you once were? Like, who was that? But then who they really are and their actual capacity is going to eventually reveal itself. When it eventually reveals itself, like, that's when the connection kind of hits that turbulence. And I feel like, or that cap, I think cap is the best word. Where you started feeling alone, you started feeling withdrawn. It was like you couldn't get through to them. Like, I don't know exactly what happened, but I do know that it has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. Because this 5 of Wands is very much this internal battle, this internal struggle. Wanting love, but not feeling deserving of it. Desiring connection, but not, connecting to self. Because, yeah, the 7 of Swords is like they were hiding. They were wearing this mask. Like, I don't feel like it was straight up just, like, deception. Like, malicious intent. I don't feel like it was malicious intent by any means. I just feel like this person has a lot of healing, a lot of work to do on themselves. But it's almost like they're refusing to actually do that work. And the attachment that you created is this version of themselves that they showed up as in the beginning, but they're not that person. That's not who they really are. That's who they pretended to be. Whew. No wonder you're struggling with this, Aries. In between this connection, you have Trust the Universe with the 8 of Wands. I'm going to hop on over to the extended. I'm cutting love readings short this round. I'm going out of town this weekend, and I'm still behind on personal readings, so I'm trying to play catch up, but I wanted to put general readings out, so I'm cutting them a little bit short so I can still get them out. But I'm going to hop on over to the extended. We're going to look at the deeper purpose of the connection and the best way for you to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. Like I said, you have Trust the Universe with the 8 of Wands. Thank you so much, Aries, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you are needing today. And as always, Aries, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Aries.